Chat, here we go. We got Rezears versus CRR. We did a mini bracket yesterday, but we weren't able to finish it because it went all the way to EU scrim time. But Rezears and CRR are both getting wins, and now they'll have the opportunity to play for what I believe we agreed to be $20 for this mini little bracket. So a best of 5 between CRR of FC Barcelona and Rezears, who is obviously joining FaZe because he's got his FaZe decal on. Rezears a wall to air dribble to start the game. Late 50s, CRR can't keep it out of the net. You're loving the stream, so damn, you're tired. You're saying you're tired. Think about me. Think about me. I am so tired. Your matches have started you learning more 1v1s? Yeah, that's good, man. That's fun. We've had a few people say they were just watching the show matches and listening to, you know, the commentary has helped their Rocket League game. Like this, just demo your opponent and score on an open net. Easy peasy, that's all you have to do. CRR tying up to score this game. A lot of people talk about how they didn't know CRR played ones. I believe that's because CRR is such a notable threes player. And CRR has been high on the ones leaderboard recently. It's technically, I think, outside of the top 100 right now. But the reason why I decided to ask CRR if he's interested in playing is because he was high on the ones leaderboard. So anybody who's in the top 50 range means they at least give some effort to 1v1. And I think he's had a good time with it. He's mentioned that he'd be down to play whenever I would like to, you know, get him a match. So hopefully he continues to enjoy it. Rezears, a nice low 50. I did not realize Rezears had Alpha Boost. Did he have Alpha Boost yesterday, or did he pick that up? You do sound tired. The reason why I sound tired is because I woke up very recently. Very, very recently. Because we just did the stream last night. Got a few games there. But we had established that CRR and Rezears were going to have an opportunity to play this morning. And, you know, no matter how fast you'd love to wake up, it always takes a little bit. My first words said today were on stream. What's my opinion on the new decals? The new decals are sweet. I love it. It seems like, you know, no downside to it. Give everybody a chance to put their decals in the game, make some money off of sponsoring, you know, a team in the esport, and everybody wins. I think there's a reason why people have been asking for them for a long time and wondered why, you know, they only got a small subset of the teams that play and whatnot. CRR. That was a nasty 360 setup into the dribble. Or not quite 360, but barrel roll. With a great catch and flick off the crossbar and down. Feer, she's get some sleep. Yeah, I probably could afford to get some sleep, but don't worry, I will. I'm gonna be at like a mini vacation here coming up in the next few days. And so that's why we're grinding so hard in like the last day. We had a bit of a vacation this last weekend, and now we're, you know, ripping that up with another back-to-back vacation. And that's why we're gonna have no streams on the weekends. But gotta have content somehow, right? So this is how we're doing it. Cleanest decal? I think I like the Dignitas one yet. I still haven't bought any. I said I was gonna buy some at the end of last stream. But we ended up just jam-packing it with content, and then I was super tired when the stream ended, so I didn't want to, you know, go through the process of buying the esports tokens and picking out the decals. You know, you can't rush that stuff. You can't get a decal while you're extra tired. You have to pick just the right decal while your mind is fully fresh. But Rezears losing a little bit of control, and CRR definitely good at putting on the pressure on somebody who does not execute perfectly with their possession. We've seen that from the few games we've watched him play. And he does it again to get a fourth. And a 2-goal lead halfway through the game. Rezears looks clean with a FaZe decal? Yeah, it does. It does. The titanium white Zombas do work well. And he's got the Alpha Boost. Which Alpha Boost at this point has been used enough to just go with any car. But I did not realize Rezears had it. I feel like we watched him play yesterday, and normally I take note of the non-long-time pros who have Alpha Boost. Oh, what a save. Wait a second. Oh my goodness. That was absolutely nutty. CRR had no business saving that. I just don't even understand how he did it. I was about to just talk about the nice air dribble from Rezears. Oh no. Oh no. CRR just completely missing as he flies underneath this ball. But that was a nasty save. You honestly think pros like black decals with Alpha Boost because it feels clean? Yeah, I think the black decal thing in general is gonna get old quick. I think one of the reasons why people love black decals so much is because the color black, it didn't really exist in the game. You couldn't have a black car, and people were really interested in getting something unique. So they're also going to do white decals, it seems like, with the aways. I imagine those will be really popular for a bit because you don't really see any white decals. But after that, ooh, nice double from Rezears. Oh no, he couldn't finish it off. Got it over CRR, but that final touch was straight down to the ground instead of into the net. But yeah, after everybody, oh dude, CRR is playing insane right now. These have been some absolutely nutty shots. CRR coming for a doomsday off the back wall. He's playing it so slow, but he gets a great 50 and has enough boost to finish it off. Continue to fly down and get the ground pinch. 6-3 for CRR. Guys, you're wondering whether or not CRR is a ones player. Well, Rezears is no joke of an opponent. And CRR right now. Oh, no way. No way. Oh, thank goodness. My heart couldn't stand it. This early in the morning, my heart could not stand CRR doing that as well. Who you got winning? I don't really know. I don't really know. I think that's the beauty of the majority of the games that I get to on stream, because if I've done my job right, then I have just truly no idea who's going to win. I do think Rezears probably will be favored. He's had some good results recently, and I think plays more 1v1 than CRR. But at the same time, look at his first game. It's 6-3 CRR. Seems like he's going to go up 1-0. And so it's hard to count him out. Rezears, though, a controller DC or a straight up, I think it's more of a controller DC. Normally when you DC from the game, you just keep driving straight, or I guess that's actually, I take that back. When you DC from the game, you stop moving. But when your controller DCs, you just keep doing what you were doing before. 6-3 CRR going to take game number 1 against Rezears. Rezears says, I've had enough of this phase decal. Let's find something different. Rezears versus CRR. Game number 2. Rezears actually not changing from the phase decal. He jumped out of the match after the last game. It could have been pure muscle memory. Surprised we don't see people leave games, more often at that end screen, because players are so used to leaving immediately after the game ends. But Rezears back in the phase, back in the Titanium White Zombas. CRR in the zone towards the end of that last game, because I think Rezears even took the early lead before CRR went on something probably like a 6-1 or 6-2 run. Good luck, Feer Kitty Sub. Thanks. Feer, how do you think the Middle East region will impact the RLCS season, knowing that teams like SRG have beaten very good teams in EU? I think they won't impact it too much necessarily, as CRR pre-jumps this low dribble from Rezears. But my understanding is that the regions won't cross over until majors, right? So I imagine that Sandrock Gaming kind of just rolls into their win that they always seem to get in the Middle East region tournaments that I hear about, and then we find out at the major. So, I mean, can they do well at the major? For sure. Has a region in their first time in any major gone insane? I don't really think so. CRR given a wide open net here by Rezears. Rezears has all the boost in the world, and he's just like panicking. No reason to go up and touch that ball. CRR not pressuring the ball in any way. And, Rezears just in his own head a little bit. What is CRR's background? You don't know about him, a lot about him. He is a Spanish 1v1er. He plays for FC Barcelona in the RLCS, and he's absolutely insane. forcing Rezears to own goal this one. I don't know how he got that angle. I'm not sure if his angle would have gone in or not, but playing it so fast. I mean, right now, he has played the last 4 minutes, you know, some of the best 1v1 you'll see from anybody ever. So, do I think this will continue? I'm not sure. If it does, then we're watching a true spectacle for the rest of this match. But look at that. Right on cue. He's got to mess up sometime. And this time he just hands over possession in midfield. Trying to get like a cheeky wave dash or something onto the ground after that single jump. CRR. Crazy first 2 touches to keep this ball in the ceiling. That was such a nutty setup. The fine line that CRR just played. He came high off the wall, or sorry, low off the wall to catch the ball super high right around the ceiling, and then got 2 perfect touches to do exactly what he needed to stay in control of the ball, but have the ball not touch the ceiling, and then finish it off with a flip reset right into the top shelf. That was an incredibly tough shot mechanically. But that's exactly what I'm expecting from CRR for the rest of the series, because he is absolutely proving he's capable. That being said, kickoff goals, always a nice way to get back into a game, as Rezears slams CRR up to the back wall, prevents him from being able to get the save. How does that not touch the ceiling? I don't know. I don't know how that air dribble does not touch the ceiling. Both touches too were very, very close, which makes it absolutely impossible. Okay. At some point, I figure it has to stop, right? At some point, I'm just, you know, you can't just keep doing something crazier and crazier, but a nice pancake on the back wall and a use of the flip reset to slot it in the top shelf while Rezears is forced to just sit and watch. Freestyle game? Yeah. It's not a freestyle game, just so everybody knows. We did not let them know at the beginning that they were playing a freestyle 1v1. But someone forgot to give CRR that memo. He is up 5-3. Halfway through the game, lots of time left on the clock, so this stellar performance for the first few minutes could technically result in a loss. And that is the crucial part of 1v1. You see so many goals in 1v1. Sometimes you'll have players, you know, come out and play great first halves, put on a bunch of nutty highlight clips. But if they don't finish it off and they don't get the game win, it really lessens the achievement. And in fact, CRR, might be able to get this save. Got away with one, I think, a little bit after his air dribble bump didn't connect. Rezears missing on the open net and couldn't score in the double either. But another dribble from CRR, giving a free possession to Rezears, trying to go for the delayed shot, but delayed it a little bit too much. Oh, Rezears, great recovery. I was about to say a big mistake as he comes off the wall and uses that flip, you know, to shoot himself into the net without getting a good shot attempt. It can really be a tough recovery, but he made it back right at the moment he needed to demo CRR. I think any second later and he would not have been able to get there, but Rezears getting it fourth, slowly working its way back in. CRR tried to do the impossible, which is fall down with the ball from the ceiling and completely cover it. You know, you see players try and do that when they don't want to start a high air dribble. They'd rather take it on the ground. They'll try and fall behind it and constantly threaten the 50 all the way to the ground. Super, super hard to do. CRR can't do it this time, and also is having a lot of trouble with the kickoffs. I think this is the second or third kind of direct kickoff for Rezears, and they might be less exciting, but they're worth just as many points as the ones that CRR has been putting in. You sound tired, Feer? Did you get enough sleep? No, yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't get enough sleep, but also it's early, so I think if I went live, you know, even after getting a lot of sleep and then immediately just woke up and streamed, I think I would sound similar. I'm working towards the more energized voice, but you really don't have any choice. As much as you try to, your like vocal cords are just tired or something. Chat is caring for Feer's health. I know, it's so nice. It's so nice. Rezears is taking the lead though. slapping in his long shot, and it's something like a 4-0 run for Rezears. And this is what I'm talking about. CRR has had one of the nuttiest games, but it might be a nutty game loss unless he gets this goal and stays in this game. But he does, and this is another crazy shot. A good catch from CRR, cutting it all the way away from Rezears. Rezears, you know, tough to blame him for going for that challenge. It seems like almost 98% of the touches CRR could have gotten, Rezears would have made some kind of connection with the ball, but he does a great job catching it and sending it away. CRR, what a pinch. That was not as easy as I think CRR just made it. So he gets his ball past Rezears, and Rezears looking to clear it onto the back wall, and that was just about the only window that he was going to be able to pinch that off the post and in. CRR can't find the quick shot off the kickoff. A tough angle. But he's got a lot of time with 40 seconds left to go. He could try and bait Rezears in. Can't sit back there forever, but we've seen players really effectively use their lead to get a win, and I think nobody did it better than Mo. If you guys remember Mo from North America, one of the next-gen players who ended up just kind of quitting Rocket League pretty randomly as Rezears slaps in a 7th after a 50 from CRR. Didn't go as planned. But he did such a good job into the last couple minutes, even a single goal lead, of completely changing the game and forcing his opposition who's playing from behind to play super, super uncomfortable. Nice interception from CRR. That would look like a dangerous attempt for Rezears there for a second. (7-7). CRR trying to keep it in the air, and Rezears is going to as well. CRR, the early challenge, high pop. He actually might have a shot here. Both these guys just keep going back and forth, playing so fast and having a potential shot at that final goal. But 7-7 overtime in game number 2. CRR certainly would like to take it 2-0, give himself 3 shots at getting the game winner. Rezears wanted to even it up. $20 prize on the line. I believe that's what I agreed to throw down for these guys earlier. Yesterday, as CRR takes the ball away at midfield after carrying Rezears out of position. He's going to have an easy time scoring. You can see he intentionally touched that really soft because he knew even if he didn't get the first touch, he was going to have time to get the second after putting Rezears deep out of the play. So CRR up 2-0 against Rezears. So we head to game number 3. Yes. Yes, you're right. Sorry, you just saying the first word didn't even register for me. But yeah, Dead Monster and CR was played already. Rezears coming out in the Batmobile. I'm not sure we've had Rezears on show matches very much, but why do I feel like I actually remember Rezears playing Batmobile before? CRR, the huge air triple. That was a weird save. It didn't seem like it was that necessary, but Rezears coming out of the sidewall of his net to get that final touch. Trusting the Batmobile in his time of need. With a reverse sweep having to come out from Rezears. Oh my goodness, what a great shot from CRR. Is it directly in? He should be able to finish it before Rezears gets there though. What a nutty clear. This is a crucial clear for any top player to have. But you don't really see situations in 1v1 to use it that often. I think because offenders don't usually lob the ball to the back wall if it can be covered at all. The back wall is a bit of a risk in 1v1 unless you can be 100% sure that your defender is retreating and can't defend it. So this time Rezears lobbing it to the back wall while CRR was ready, and he just booms it all the way to the other side of the field. Hey, yo, Feer, you trying to do a show match with KBM players? Like me versus Fisher or Voltero? We've done games with KBM players for sure. And while I think it is slightly interesting to have a KBM player over just like a regular 1v1 player, I think it's not quite different enough. I think KBM players have proven that they can, you know, play just as good as any controller player. Rezears slamming CRR out of this world. You know things aren't going well in a series when they bring out the Batmobile? The Batmobile is saved only for crucial moments. For us on our stream, that's the Gizmo. If somebody brings out the Gizmo, you know they are reaching deep to pull the powers of the best car in the game. CRR, a save and a counter. It's kind of the risk you take when shooting like Rezears likes to. You're going to leave a completely open net on occasion. Rezears, the wave dash setup is enough to make sure CRR doesn't challenge early, but a nice pre-jump from CRR ended up cutting the flick in dead center from Rezears. Even though it seemed like he left the far net open, he had a read of what Rezears wants to do. Maybe he knows with that Batmobile he's going to be going to the flick game all game long. The Scarab is where it's at. I don't think we've seen anyone seriously use the Scarab in 1v1. I think we saw Aqua maybe use it once before in one of his series, and I think we maybe have seen Daniel. Daniel's used a lot of meme cars at times. He might have also used the Scarab at some point. The Merc is the GOAT. Everyone knows it. Pale Rider does run the Merc exclusively, and I'm pretty sure JamesBot. Does JamesBot still do it? I know he used to be a well-known Merc main. Rezears, oh my goodness, not taking this ball to the corner to get 100 boost. Instead, just relying on the Batmobile to get all the power in the world. That ball would have went 2 arenas high, I think. If CRR, or sorry, if the ceiling wasn't in the way, that would have actually flown to the moon. But Rezears, a tap off the wall, flip reset, and times the shot well to get CRR falling off of the side wall. (3-2). The direct kickoff goal from CRR, not going to connect. And way too strong of a touch into the corner. I don't think you need to play it as fast as he maybe felt he needed to. But he does maintain possession. Rezears, ceiling reset challenge, slams into it perfectly. Almost able to get the double that he tried to milk out. It does cost him a lot of his boost that he had to potentially continue to play defense, but he is not seeming to worry about that. What a save from CRR, just barely able to send it high above the net. But a minute and 20 left to go. CRR wants to end it in 3, I'm sure, but is operating down 1. A great flick. Rezears can't snipe it out of the air. Setting up a good distance on the shadow. And as he saw CRR initiate the flick, I mean, that was about as close as it gets in terms of intercepting it. (3-3). Cheeky attempt from Rezears to get an early goal. CRR pinches it off the back wall, but he's playing defense on very little boost. Rezears just putting it in an awkward spot, and not a bad play. Don't have to take a shot on net with the first shot. CRR might actually have a chance at saving it with his 23 boost, but if you lob it using that Batmobile to right outside the high corner, I mean, CRR is not going to be able to affect that play at all, and the bounce is going to come down in a great position for the attacker. So 4-3 for Rezears, a minute left to go. CRR going to have a hard time creating a shot attempt out of a ball so far away from the side wall. But doesn't mean he's not going to try. He's had some crazy shots this series so far. He got bumped by Rezears. The pool shot almost got sent straight in the net. CRR just wasted a lot of boost with that jump at around midfield, thinking about going up in the air for the ball, and just spent 30 or 40 boost, I feel like, doing absolutely nothing, which prevented him from maybe getting one last shot attempt. But 20 seconds left to go. He gets the ball past Rezears, but doesn't get his car past in time. So Rezears likely to just bait CRR in with a slow dribble. See if he can get him to make a mistake. He does hand over possession with some time left on the clock. CRR is going to be able to cut underneath this and get a final shot. This is a great final shot attempt for CRR. Flip reset, but it's not in. Rezears didn't even need to touch it. So Rezears not getting swept today, as he will get at least a first in this best of 5. Game 4, CRR versus Rezears. Early in the morning for Feer, but late in the afternoon for these guys. I think around 4 p.m. their time, they're playing this series. Reverse sweep, it is certainly possible. Rezears has only needed the Batmobile to get himself started, but now that he got himself started, he's back in the phase octane. Just needed to break the seal with the flat car. Now he trusts himself in a stock tame, or not a stock tame, but you know, a more common vehicle. What up, Akashi? You're here so late? No worries. I got it started really quick today too. I went live and started the show match pretty shortly after, and that is because we are really crunched for time. We have a lot of stuff to do. After this, I got to make a bunch of YouTube videos for the week. Rezears, a great setup, and a high flip reset is used early as he sees CRR trying to break up the play. A late recovery from CRR. He's going to have a really hard time affecting that one. What's the time for you? It is now 7 a.m. We went live at around 6:30 a.m. and I woke up at around 5:30. Wasn't expecting a stream right now. No worries. Yeah. I don't think lots of people expect the early morning streams. I did mention that we are going to do this, I think, last morning stream. But it's all right. I don't blame you. Rezears trying to force a game number 5, off to a good start in game 4. How do you wake up this early? Well, it's important to remember that I always wake up around this early for work. So if I'm not doing any streaming at all, I'm waking up probably right now. So not like terribly early. And depending on if I go to bed, I'll even wake up earlier than right now. But so only a couple hours earlier than normal, or even an hour and a half earlier than normal. CRR. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to watch this from a Rezears perspective because it didn't seem like that shot should work. It was just a nice hook shot directly at the net and directly at the defender. So I thought, how did they make it pass? But Rezears does an absolutely immaculate matrix dodge, flipping around the ball and making sure he gets out of the way so CRR can get his first goal. Air dribble bump for Rezears. 3-1. If this goes to game 5, we'll do a prediction. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I totally forgot about the predictions. I just rely on the mods to do it. And when I get started really quick, there's probably not many mods to chat. Oh, that's the face decal? Yes, it is. Yo!
Hello again from YT. Glad I'm free this morning to catch you live again. The United States version of JohnnyBoy_I.
Yo, thank you, Sabrins Rock. 500 biddies is no joke. Rezears throwing in the flick as the bits come in. I appreciate it. Has Feer streamed 24/7 today? Not quite. Never went to sleep, Feer? Yeah, it may sound like it. It may sound like it, but we did go to sleep. We've been rocking 3 streams in the past 24 hours, so I can understand why everyone thinks we've been live like crazy. But it's because we will not be going live again for probably an entire week after this stream. So we need a bunch of content. Feer, do the top 20 teams in the world for you, just like Johnny Boy did, or top 16. You know what? I would have to defer to some of those 3v3 experts. I do stay, you know, in touch with the RLCS and with like off-season tournaments and all that kind of stuff, but not nearly enough to go out there and have anybody listen to my top 16 and, you know, respect it in any way. Does that make sense? I need to watch more 3v3 to say I'm an expert. Now, if you wanted me to make a top 16 1v1ers in the world, that I am more than qualified to do. So maybe I could do that sometime. Rezears, he loves his wall to air dribbles, and he does a great job of setting him up, but didn't connect quite perfectly with the musty. I don't think it was, anything but the finish that left him in trouble. His backflip connected only partially with the ball and made it very easy for CRR to save. Do top 1v1ers then? Maybe. Maybe. It moves around so much. But, you got to imagine if you make a list, people would certainly talk about it. People love to talk about lists so much. You should do a top 1v1 list. All right, maybe I'll think about doing it. I think I think it really puts you out there to be exposed and have a bunch of people argue over your opinions, but that's a good thing. If Johnny Boy has taught me anything about content, that's a good thing. In fact, I should maybe go throw some intentional troll picks in there and have everybody argue over why I put that person so high or low. I think KV1 might be the top for me right now. Yeah, I think KV1 is pretty high. It's interesting. If he got to play against Khaled as well, then it would be a pretty full list of the best players that he's beaten recently. I think everyone says Khaled, Jorius, Jack, Daniel are the top 4. So if he has played all 4, certainly make a good argument for putting him high on the list. But he has not played Khaled recently, or ever, as far as I know. CRR, the full field dribble. It was a fast one, but tried to pull away from it to win out the 50. And something about a fast attack does leave you exposed frequently. And he almost got punished for, almost scoring it. Setting it off the post instead of the backboard, where it would have went into the corner and stayed out of the play. Instead, launches right back out for Rezears. Rezears on the edge of forcing a game number 5. Looks like he's going to. CRR seemed unstoppable for the first few minutes of this series, but Rezears has broken it open here in game number 4. 7-3. Trying to show why he won the recent DreamHack 1v1. As he is no joke of a 1v1 showmatcher. The thing about CRR is this is a good performance, just like I talked about before when I think he was playing Dead Monster. Even if he didn't end up winning, a great game from CRR, considering I think he's a little bit newer to the 1v1 showmatch scene. But he's showing that he can absolutely hang with just about anybody. But we'll head to game number 5, CRR versus Rezears. See who can get the dub. Rezears versus CRR. Game number 5. Get the game 5 hypes in the chat. Yo, Save and Draw gifting a sub over to the Collins show. Much appreciated. Get your OMGs, your 7s, your game 5 hypes in the chat for this final game. CRR going to score first. CRR is a ranked 2's god. Didn't think he'd be as good as 1's. A lot of people, say that 2's is super similar to 1's. Or you basically play a 1v1, but you have like a backup teammate. So potentially, CRR has a very, solo style in 2v2. I don't know, I haven't said I've watched him much in 2v2. Yo, RL, I don't know how to say this correctly, but I've seen your name around. Is it Mixie? Or Mizxi? But I'm pretty sure All Mixi is a top Middle Eastern 1v1er, right? I give it the tier 1 sub. Mizxi? Mizxi. I'll get it. But thank you for the sub. We gotta get you on the stream sometime. Aegeus was telling me on the Discord that you know, we needed to get you on. He was vouching for you. And I think I've seen that name in the top 100 recently. So thank you for the tier 1. CRR popping this dribble all the way down the field for a second. Rezears trying to break up the play early. Trying to break up the play a second time. But CRR has the ball in a string as he bounces it all the way down the field. Rezears just thought he had some open opportunities. I think he got a kind of away with one that CRR didn't score right away. He realized he wasn't going to get the boost, but just focused on the possession and almost got an immediate shot attempt. Did Aegis find a team? I don't know. That's a question for Aegis. I don't think he said anything last night. We had him play last night, and he didn't mention anything about a 3v3 team, I don't think. Or actually, you know what? I take that back. He did mention it, and his name is something like...
I'll give 10 subs for your top 20 list after this game if you have time.
You'll give 10 subs for my top 20 list after this game if you have time. Oh my goodness, Saban's Rock. Do you hear me? Have you heard me talk about what I've been saying for the past, you know, entire show match? I don't know if I could do it, man. Not today. I am so tight on schedule and really wearing myself thin here. But I'll do it. I'll do it. I could tell everybody would be really excited about it. So I'll just suck it up and do it because I hate doing it because I feel like it's I can never decide myself, and I'm like, oh, you can make an argument for a bunch of different stuff. But you know what? It's just fun. Just make a list and just, you know, don't get too caught up about it. I think that's probably the play. CRR, another pre-jump as he takes away a shot from Rezears. He is being very aggressive on defense, and he's going to earn himself a wide open net. Rezears, as he swings around midfield, popping this up, and thought, no way CRR is actually going to full challenge. So I'll just sit grounded and initiate my bounce dribble, but no, he was wrong. CRR slamming into fifth. So one thing, if I do make a top 16 or a top 20 or whatever we end up doing, I will almost definitely do it offline and then reveal it to you guys on stream. Because I think what I'll do is I'll have chat decide their top as well. So I wouldn't want to completely forget about somebody because I'm sitting here doing it live. Do a top 4 right now. I think the Johnny Boy top 4 is not a bad top 4. I think KV1 maybe replaces who does KV1 replace though? I don't know. It's tough to say. I think KV1, the way he's playing right now, it's hard to argue that he's not top 4. But it's super early for KV1. He doesn't have many tournament results. He has Mount 1v1. But Mount 1v1 is not quite a full-on tournament. It's a little bit of a special situation. And at the end of the day, you could argue only had a couple like really tough games for him. But KV1, I think you have to start talking about the... Oh gosh, save it. Thank you for the 10 gifted. I really appreciate it. CRR up 6-1. He is finding himself getting pool shotted so often by Rezears. This time, not to his benefit though, as Rezears gets him to slam the ball off the back wall and come in and grab the second. You paid in advance. Put it on YouTube as well. Oh, thank you so much, man. We will do it. We will do it. We'll do it for sure. Ah, it's going to be so hard. I hate it. I already hate it. I'm already nervous about making sure I get it right. But really, it's not a big deal. Rezears cannot get the dribble. Try to finish it off with a musty. He needs some offense and he needs it quick with a minute 30 left to go. CRR looking to clutch it out after losing games 3 and 4. Rezears, hook shot, nice placement. I love these ground dribbles, the lateral ground dribble. Or sorry, the lateral roll where you can threaten both sides of the net with just a slight tweak to the way you take the hook shot. And Rezears connecting with the right side of the ball and Sending it far post from CRR. 3-6. He could afford to get a cheeky low boost goal here if he wants to come back. Although he doesn't score right away, he does take away the back corner from CRR, but really tried to force the issue too much. I think it would have been better off holding on to possession longer and not getting that early touch off the wall, but you know what? These guys are the top players and not me, maybe for a reason. As Rezears grabbing the boost midfield and just going all in on the challenge. CRR helps pinch it straight to the net. A minute left to go. CRR, can he hold on to a lead? Does he play well? Up 1-2 late into the game. Make it 3. As he pops it over Rezears. This is not the first time he's gotten a cheeky midfield pop when Rezears tries to challenge early. CRR, we're going to get another clip to end this game. No, Rezears going to have none of it. That would have been nasty if that pinch went straight in. CRR, I think earlier in the series, might try and stick with that play. But right now, pulling off on defense, letting Rezears get possession. Rezears getting it over CRR, but not a great recovery coming off the wall. CRR was going to win the race either way, but yeah, that's a little bit tilting, it seems like, for Rezears. He did not want to miss that wave dash as she fell into the ground. So he will not come back to take the ball. CRR will take it. Sorry. 7-4. CRR with a Game 5 win. And I think it's time to start talking about CRR as a 1v1er and one of the better 1v1ers in the game. We got to get CRR against as many people as possible, if you ask me. Because Rezears, you know, looking in form as a 1v1er. And CRR going to take him down. GG's. CRR 3-2 over Rezears.